Hello my dear friends, good morning to all of you. This video lecture is regarding the unit number 1. CPD subject is title of this unit number 1 is the contributor personality. So how contributor have to develop their personality and what type of work they have to do in their all over career and work life. So in this particular video lecture you learn about that. Okay, so this video lecture is regarding unit number 1 part 1. Let's start. So first of all, what is an ideal? Ideal means what? An ideal is a principle or the standard that seems very good and worth trying to achieve. An ideal is a principle or a value that entity for the pressures for the pursue as the goal hold over the others. So American Oxford Dictionary is definition regarding the ideal means a standard of the perception, a principle to aim at something and the existing only and the idea, and ideals help to take over the thoughts from what is to could be, means what is the career or what is your goal and then what you could be do in your life. It's considered as your what is an ideal. Okay, so ideal is a one type of characteristic and personality that you should be this or that in your life. Okay, why ideals are need for life? Why we have to require this type of ideal in our life? First one, guide us in the right path. If you have any ideal in your life, then you can easily guide your life in the right way, and you can don't to be a distract from the other we can say unconscious things. Second one, learn the important of the certainty, goodness and the beauty. Whatever you learn, it's a learn about your certainty, what you should be certain in your life, what is the goodness of your life, what is the beauty of your life. You can easily learn from your idol. Then give a direction to the life and bring the joy. If you follow any person as an idol, then you can easily direct from your life from his we can say characteristics and his life, he or she how they have to live their life, you can easily bring from them. Learn satisfaction toward the life. Whatever you learn from the other person, you can easily learn from here that you can need for the life, and you always try to satisfy in your life. Then attain the peace in life. If you have to follow any idol in your life, if some person have the different types of idol in the from the different sectors, some have the idol in their in from the playing field, cricket field, some have the Bollywood, they have to be get the idol from the Bollywood, some have the idol from their families, some have the idol from their we can say from their regional communities. So different type of we can say you have to follow your idols, and according to that you have to follow your life and attain the peace in your life. Develop characteristics. You can easily develop your character. You can we can say image in your life. You can define your character, and good character is create the good image of your personal we can say name. It's considered as a feminism, right? Then perceive our culture and the heritage. You can preserve our culture and try to be heritage this culture to the next heredity. Then bring change in the behavior toward the positive thoughts. You always try to be positive, and always your behavior must be positive if you have to follow idol in your life. Promote the peace and the harmony in the society. You have to always promote the peace in the society. You do not created any misbehavior in the society. Which are the idols a person must have in his or her life? First one, be empathic. Empathic means your behavior must be cool and calm. Always try to helpful to others. Be initiative means whatever work you have to do, you have to try to initiate it. Means you have to try to first do it. Then be creative. Whatever work you have to do, try to do creativity, not to we can say always follow the unnecessary things. Always try to do something new, something extra. Be passionate. Always you have to follow your passion. Then be a lifelonger learner. Whatever you have to learn from your idol, or you have to learn in your from your idol, is the lifelonger learn. Means you cannot only follow their terms and condition for the 2 weeks, for the 3 weeks. You have to achieve their characters. You have to follow their characters in your life. Then be a leader. Always try to be a leader. Then be a good listener. If you not good listener, then you cannot create the good image in the market, and you cannot take the right decision in the right way. So always be a good listener. So if you working as an, if you have to follow this type of good listener skill, and you have to develop this type of listening skill, then you can listen the things whatever do happen from the others, and always try to, we can say, always try to learn that this person have this type of problem, and always try to solve that. So be a good listener. It's a create the good impact, and you always try to be a, we can say, right decision maker. Then be persuasive. Whatever you work, be patient, be with the opportunity, be responsible and the kind. Always whatever work you have to done, always be responsible about that. Be a leader. Whatever work you have to work is to be a work as the leader. You are the leader, so always lead your team, always lead your group, your company, your family members. So always work as the leader. Then be honest and be a integrity. Whatever you have to work, you always be honest in your work. Try to integrate it. Integrity means what? Integrity means always whatever you are work, create the transparency in your work. Then be courageous. Always you have to follow the courageous, not be working as a loser. Always be a strong, and whatever situation you have to find, you always fight with situation and try to solve their situation, and try to convert the unfavorable situation to the favorable situation. Then self aware, it's a very important, because if you are not self aware, means if you don't know that what type of skill you have, what type of knowledge you have, then you cannot working very empathically and very strongly in your field. If you have the idea, if you have the analysis that I have this type of skill, and if you develop your skill, then you achieve greatest success. Okay. Then be a wholehearted, means always work as a wholehearted, not do be a work as a selfishness. Always work with the empathy, with the all point of view, with the multi-dimensional. You cannot all work as a self-centered. Then here are some tips for our society needs more of. So first one is the empathy. It's a defined to understanding and sharing the feeling for the another people, need to understand who others and accept who they are. So focusing on how we are grow together should be more ultimate goal. So always to be a empathical. Then respect. Mutual respect is needful for all of us. So this is what makes us a human. So having a respect for the everyone's despite of the difference between us. So difference is not created by us. Sometimes we have to create a differences on the basis of our we can say male and female basis. We have to create this gender difference. Then after we have to create a regional difference, rural difference, geographical difference. So we cannot create this type of difference and order for the society to the functional well. Then love. Having a love in our heart is keep for all, never have to feeling to harm to others. So love help to us to acknowledge the similarity we have to share rather than the difference from the colors and religion. We always take one type of we can say sympathy and empathy for the other peoples. Then and then we can stay when we can live good life. Next one, loyalty. Loyalty means what? Is a value that binds us to a person, things to the sentiments. With the loyalty, we do not bitterly. If we all share the loyalty, it would be help us to build a strength and need to be a stand up against the something that would be harm for the society. So always be a loyal with your work, with your empathy, with your character. So if you are working as a loyal, then we can say you cannot face any the unfavorable situation. So always be a loyal with your work. Then the honesty. One from the honesty in the society is accepting by you. With the honesty, you can admit your flaws and take the necessary step to improve yourself. So when we can admit to our flaws, it can be help someone to us and admit that. So ultimately, we can all help each other become a better people. So always work with the honesty. Then what are the contributors work idols? Okay, whenever contributors are working in their society, in their work, we can say in the society, at the workplace, what are the work idols of these contributors? Your work idols are the subset of your beliefs, ideas that are you related your occupation and your job. So what you feel, first of all, what you feel for your job, what your belief of your job, then and then you can achieve the good idol. There are the core principles and the importance parts who you are. Then includes things like the honesty, service, self-respect, respect for the others, peace and success. So these all are considered in the contributors' work idols. Therefore, you must identify what work value you have to cherish and most before you choose a career or decide whatever you accept a job offer. Sometimes there are some people working as a non-contributor and they cannot follow their work idols. So always follow your work idols, because whenever you not follow your work idols, it's created dishonesty. So always you should analyze your work, you should analyze your work, and then after you always find that this work is very beneficial for me, I enjoying my work, and then you should select your job. Sometimes some people have to self-center and they have to choose the job for the highest salary, and some they cannot enjoy their job. So you cannot follow this type of, we can say, mindset. You have to follow your own benefit. Then the example and the definition of the work value. So first one, achievement is the independence, means whenever whatever type of achievement you have to consider, it is the example of this work value. First one is the independentness, means what? Means if you are working with the ideal, with working with the good goal, then you have to achieve the independenceness. Then the recognitions are also very important. Then the relationship, means you have to create the formal relation with your colleagues, with your employers. Then support, you should support with your colleagues, support to your, we can say, team members and groups. Then working condition is very important. If your working condition is not favorable, then you cannot working with the enthusiasm. So working condition is also important. Then autonomy, sometimes in some job you have to not given the autonomy, so you cannot work with your freedom. So autonomy is also considered as the achievement. Then helping others. Then prestige means your feminism. Job security is very important. If you cannot have a job security, then you have to some type of stress in your mind. So job security is also important. Then collaboration is very important. Whenever you are working in the organization and company, at the time there are the number of peoples are working with you, so collaboration with them is very important. Then helping society, whatever work you have to done, you always help to the society. Okay. Then compensation means what? Compensation means that you have to whatever work you have to do, you have to compensate with your ability. If you cannot compensate with your ability, then sometimes you have to feel the stress, you have to be not working as very good. Okay, so compensation is very important. Compensation means one type of your salary. Then utilize your skills and the background, means whatever skills you have, whatever the background you have, always try to be a skill. Whatever you have to skill, always try to utilize it. Then the leadership, if you have to follow the leadership. Then creativity, means leader means what? Leader means a person who lead the team, right? So at that time creativity is very important. If you're not doing the creativity in your work, then how people cannot, we can say, follow your commands and follow your, we can say, whatever the work you assign to them, they cannot follow. Okay, so creativity is most important. Variety means what? Means you have to follow the different type of skills, different type of knowledges, and then you have to follow the new method. Like leadership have the different types, like there are the various type of leadership, like autonomy, then laissez-faire, then participative leadership style. So according to your organization, you should follow your leadership style. Then challenges, whatever challenges you have to face, try to solve it. Then lazier, not be a lazier. If you are lazier in your leadership, then you cannot achieve your goals. Then recognitions are also important. Then artistic expression, sometimes as a leader, if you motivate your team members, then you can easily achieve your goals. So leader means what is the main important things. If a leader is very good, then your organization can be get the achieve can achieve success, we can say, with the less timing, and achieve the success with the higher, we can say, benefits. Then influence, so leadership, it's influence. Okay, so leadership is very important. If your leadership is very good, then you can easily achieve the goals. Then who is contributor? Contributor are those peoples who are faithful to their work, activity and the consignments, as well as their goal, being ethical, have a proper views toward the human beings. So they act well and have to be a proper approach for the achieving their goal. So they have good moral and very clear to their ethics. They cannot compromise their ethics, compromise their goals. They always be a good approachee and always try to be a contributor for the society. They believes in the principles and social responsibility. They always ready for get the social responsibility and always try to we can say achieve their goals. They always concentrate the human beings in the mind. They cannot we can say self-center. So they always whatever decision they have to take at that time, they always be a human being in their mind, that if I take this decision, then how its impact for the society. And result of these characteristics, they always become a successful and achieving their goal. So they are loyal to their work and the concentrating their goal with their ethics. So they do not make a compromise in their ethics. So there are the kind of enough toward the human beings. So here one example of the contributor is Dashrath Manji. Dashrath Manji is also known as a mountain man, who was a poor laborer in the Gairagur village near the Gaya in the Bihar, India, who is craved the path for the 110-meter long and 9.1 meter wide and the 70.6 meter deep through the hill rock, and using the hammer and the treasure. After the 22 years of the work, Dashrath is to be assorted the travel between the Attari and the Vezigrans block and the Gaya Tavan the 55 kilometers to 15 kilometers. So it's a one type of the contributor work. In this unbelievable for us, they have to be a person can make a way through the hill, so just with the hammer and the sickle. So that's to be a alone. Okay, if they have to only a one person and they cannot be, we can say that her goal, we can say that his goal cannot be, we can say, shorted. They have to be focused on their goal and strong goal, and then they achieve the good we can say work and the success in their life, they have to create a road which can road they have to create a road and the path middle way of the hill. So the movie shows the Dashrath Manji to build a road. He had the determination to is himself, self-confidence, and the most important, he had the love for his wife, which have to made him a make for this way. So no matter how big that take, whatever the task you have to consider, this is the everyone can achieve it only by the hard work. So it is one of the most important aspect that the student require. Every one of us have to some goals in our mind, and we can achieve them only through the hard work. So it's a very important, if you doing the hard work with the smart work, then you can easily achieve your goal in your life. Then one of the most important quality to each and everyone us should have in us, that leadership quality or the ability to take the initiative. So the movies clearly show that Dashrath Manji is a look the initiative to make through these hills and for the welfare of the people in the memory for beloved of their wife. Then after the mountain man, here is the movie name is the mountain man. Never give up for the life unless we have to achieve the goal. So Dashrath Manji didn't quit until the road went mad. Then the hard work. Hard work means what? Determination plus hard work is equal to success. Means whatever you have to work, you have to determine your work, and plus hard work is your success. Then what are the difference between the non-contributor and contributor? Contributor had the comfort vision, and we can say non-contributor had the comfort vision, and contributor have the capacity to expand vision. So the non-contributor have to rigidity, stick his or her work, give their job. Then the description, his or her comfort zone, and the material success and achievement for the external effect. Means non-contributor always work for the self-center and always work for the external success. External success means what? Means they only work for on the basis of their own comfort. Okay, they work for own comfort, not for working for the welfareness for the other peoples. So the contributor is willing to try out the learn new things, volunteer for the new responsibility, take a new role, thus the expanding his or her capacity and the personal fulfillment and development of their self. So here one example is considered regarding a non-contributor in the workplace and contributor at the workplace. So non-contributor at the workplace is the sad, unproductive and the non-responsible. Here a person is happy, productive and responsible. So contributor is a concern for the human being. Always they have to concern that this work is how impact for the society, taking a responsibility. Then broad view of the work, not only self-centered, not only work for the just do for work. They cannot have this type of mentality. Supporting for the success and achieving the goal. Non-contributor, they have to be a least concern regarding their work, don't care whatever work have to get delay, not able to perform as a contributor in the team. So these are the things in this video lecture. You learn that what is the meaning of contributor, non-contributor, okay, and how its impact for the society. So I hope you learned this unit number 1 part 1, and from the next video lecture we continue with the unit number 1 and part 2. If you have any query, you can ask me from the any mode of communication. Thank you very much.